Hello ma'am, hello sir. Thank you for checking out the campaign entitled The Designer's Garment. I am the creator, producer, and director, Nick Headen. So what is The Designer's Garment, you ask? Well, it's about a film about a fashion designer / stylist who has fallen in and out of love, and she's fallen so hard that she just, rather just pour all of her energies in, building her fashion brand instead of having love play this back and forth heartbreaking men game with her heart. And building a fashion brand is not that easy once you consider all that goes into it. I mean, come on, you have to come up with a name, copyright it, any logos, you have to get those trademarks, things of that nature. You have to have a some type of designer source, either be designer yourself or have some people design for you. You have to have access to patterns, access to fabrics and things of that nature. So it's not really that easy, especially once you consider all the things that's going on in her world. What's going on in her world, you ask? Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me just pause for a moment and just show you the sizzle reel, not the trailer rather, because we haven't shot this yet. This is why we're kind of reaching out to you guys to help us shoot it. But we're just going to show you the sizzle reel of the film that we want to make. Check it out. In the fashion world, you have to know how to walk the runway. But this designer is ripping the runway. And she's in very high demand. Actually, she's wanted by the Hollywood elite. Her hip-hop star ex-boyfriend, a scheming crime boss turned fashion line owner, his bumbling assistant. Will she trip on the runway? Or will she hold her own in the designer's garment? So, did you enjoy that? I know I did. I got say about 10 laughs out of the epic fails alone. I mean, whew. So that's the type of film that we want to make, feel good, keep you laughing, things of that nature. Now, we were talking about fashion earlier. I mean, come on people, let's I mean, they always say that prostitution is the oldest profession, so that means fashion has to be the oldest industry. Think about it, really. What was the first thing Eve did after she bit the apple and realized that she was naked? She made the first leaf undergarment. And after that made a matching bra set for herself. Yeah, I think she called it Eve out of the garden or something like that. But since that time, we have several designers, several labels that we adorn ourselves with, such as Christian Dior, Vera Wang, Oscar de la Renta, Ralph Lauren, as I mentioned before, Sean John, Tommy Hilfiger, and I can go on and on and on. Fubu, Calvin Klein, Karl Kani, and all these other great brands. Now, most of these designers, for the most part, a lot of them, such as maybe Sean John and say Rocawear, by Shop Perfect Combs and Jay-Z, they were good because they, were jump-offs from one industry into another. In other words, meaning that they had already made millions in music to be able to go ahead and seek out a fashion venture. But for a lot of designers, the stuff I was talking about earlier, yeah, you're going to maybe need some financial backing. And so, guess what, people? Yeah, we need you guys to be our financial backers so we can tell this fashion designer story. I think it's worth telling. Now, let me just show you what's been done so far. You saw in the sizzle reel a familiar face. You may have seen Mr. Chico Bean. Well, his face was not just in the sizzle reel just as a placeholder. No. He and Big Baby from MTV's Wildin' Out have given me a pre-committal on the project. So, you know, hey, as long as we can get these guys paid and, I guess as Jerry Maguire would say, show them the money, we can get this thing done. And so, yeah, we need to get actors paid. Another thing that's very important during the project is safety. You know, you saw the epic fails in the sizzle reel, so we do not want any fall throughs. Also, we don't want any stiletto fails. You know how common that is. You know, when you're dealing with models, and we have to do certain fashion show scenes and things of that nature, to make it look believable, because we are talking about a fashion designer / stylist, so we have to show her in a normal element that she would be in. Also, things that need to be paid for. Let's see, music. Well, the other main character is a hip hop artist. And so there are some performance pieces that we need to pay for, studio time. Also, if the music that he uses, is going to require any permissions, for sampling and things of that nature, we're going to need music licensing. Also, there are several cameos that we're trying to get into the works. I have already written them into the script. So I wrote the script two different ways. I wrote it one way, I copyrighted it one way, with a lot of cameos, and then another way without. But I would love to get the one with the cameos, because that's what's going to, get everybody excited about it once they see the trailer. We're talking people such as, say, Jodeci, Little Kim, the OJs, and it wouldn't hurt to have maybe a Kerry Washington or a Beyonce or a Halle Berry. I mean, come on, the main character of the film is a fashion designer. And we want to show her in high demand of the Hollywood elite, so we must show at some point in time in the film the Hollywood elite. You know what I mean? So please do help us out with that. Also, advertising. We're and distribution. We are going after every form of distribution possible so that this thing can sell. And one good thing that we already have going for us is that it's already 80% casted. We only have like maybe 4 to 6 major parts to cast for, and the rest of it is like secondary and extras. And two of the people that we've already casted, like I said before, are Chico Bean and Darren Brand from MTV's Nick Headen Presents Wildin' Out, which might add is a driving force. That's very big, because that particular show was the front runner for MTV2 this past season. So we definitely want to be able to get a great distribution deal, or deals rather. Theater, we really want to see theater, iTunes, you name it. And so when we are able to produce a trailer, we can put it in front of the faces of those Wildin' Out faithfuls, and they can look at it and say, oh wow, Chico and Big Baby in a movie, I gotta go see this. And then they're gonna tell their moms, and their mom gonna tell their girlfriends, and all this other stuff, and best friends, and aunts and uncles. And guess what happens after that? We have a packed theater. You know what I mean? And you guys can do it. I've seen some of the numbers that you guys have put up, in past movies and past works and past projects. Wow. And guess who else is taking notice? The major studios. They know what you're doing, and they just can't quite figure out how to replicate it. Well, I'll tell you what, this is how you replicate it, people. All right, here goes. Greenlight more projects, minus taking control over people's creativity. But they're not going to do that. So guess what, Indiegogoers? I'm going to rock with you guys to get my thing done. Now, as far as perks, I have some wonderful perks. I want to lift out this dollar perk, though. And I'm really excited about that. You know why? Because for $1, what you'll be able to get is you'll be able to get a first look into the film itself on the first day of shooting. That's right. You'll be able to see all the craziness as it goes down. Now, if you're a local contributor, the first 20 local contributors, I might even add up to 25. Okay, done, 25. The first 25 local contributors, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get an invitation to join us live on set. And I'm going to have the beautiful Chelsea Vieira, which is going to be playing our leading lady. She is going to pick one of you lucky 25 to yell action the first time on set. Now this is my baby, y'all. This is one of my babies, man. And I can't wait to yell action on set. But I'm going to have to yell cut before I yell action. Because somebody else is going to yell action before I get a chance to do it. But you know what? No, it's fine. It's cool. You know why? Because I know that the person that's going to yell action is one of you guys. And at that point in time, one of you guys will be responsible for making sure that we reach that day. So I have no problem, no qualms at all, letting you indulge in that capacity for that time. I'll wait. I promise you I'll wait. That's okay. Everything's good. So yeah, man, I mean, I think we're on the road to a great film. This is a production of productions. Like I said, she's a fashion stylist and designer. So yeah, we definitely have to have those fashion show scenes in there. Wow, fashion show themes. I'm still trying to say it 5 times fast. Fashion show scenes. Forget it. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, those are necessary to show her in her element. Also, her love interest as a hip hop star. So we have some performance pieces, things that nature in the film as well. It's going to be a really great movie. I predict it's going to be the feel-good film of 2016. I mean, come on, with all that's going on in the world, the news is just so horrible to look at. Don't you just want to feel good? Well, guess what? The designer's garment will give you that feeling. So again, please, ma'am, please, sir, contribute. And if you can't contribute, listen, do me a favor. Go to the left-hand side of the page, share on Twitter, share on Facebook, and follow us. And share repetitively. Do it over and over again. You don't just have to do it just once, but do it over and over and over again. Just to help us out. And, when you are able to contribute, then do so as well. Thank you in advance. I appreciate you. God bless. Peace.